Okay, so here is the new Holland in the dark with all its original lights, and yeah, we are going to install a lot of LED lights on it. I have a big box home with LED lights I bought just for this tractor. It's a few 60 watts and a few 40 watts LED lights. So we can see now that all these are the old school halogens. Pretty okay amount of light, I would say, but not enough. Especially the sides are a little bit dark, so it's nice to have a little bit light down on the sides so we can see where we are going. So right now it was just for filming with the drone, and so we can do a little bit comparison afterwards and see how the LEDs will light up around the tractor compared to these halogen lights. So let's go home, let's look at the lights and start installing them. So I'm now home and ready for installing the LED lights, and I already removed one just for testing, and as you will see soon, the fit is not perfect, so we will see how we will do that. If we'll weld some new bolts or just adjust the lamp or the mount or something, we will see. But let's get cracking on it. We have about 1 hour with daylight today, and this is as bright as it gets. So the original connections for the lights are really great. It's these, really handy. I can just install these on the end of the lights then, and yeah, easy to change out. I can buy these at Scandinavian shop Biltema, and it's really nice. And here is the pin that are connecting the lamp, the original lamp, and I removed one original lamp just to test. And you can see this is wobbly. It's the bolt in here is too small for the one here, and it's also too short. If we see like this, it doesn't fit. So either I need to remove some material here to get a nut on, or I need to remove the whole mount from the tractor and change out these bolts. And I don't know, I'm thinking about changing out the bolts. I think that's the better solution, because these lamps are never going back on anyways. And the other thing I need to do is this lamp. I have figured out where the positive and the negative is running, and according to the tractor. So now I will remove all 4 lamps back here, switch on the lights, and go around and test this one and see if the positive and negative is the same on every connection before I can go into the garage and make all these lights with the connections and everything ready. So that is the plan. We'll also move the camera up here. I'll just drill holes in the roof and put it up here for getting more right down here. This wasn't a great position, so I'm thinking about that. And we also have 2 lamps in the front that we will test and see if this is the right connection for them also. Then the mounts are off and the lights are off, and they all have the same positive and negative, so I can just make all the lights finish inside. That makes everything a lot better instead of standing outside in this weather. And even this is the most daylight we got during a day, and yeah, you can still see that it was great having a little bit extra light here. So this lamp is actually pretty good. It's nice to adjust for wherever you need light, and on the 5 amp battery it runs for hours and hours, so that's really great. But okay, let's go inside and take a look on everything we are installing on the tractor today. Here are the lamps and the mounts that I took off the tractor, and these lamps I'm getting rid of. These ones I'm thinking about keeping because these are actually low beam lights. So when you have your bucket on, your lights in the front normally don't hit the ground because they are hitting right in the bucket, and then you can run these ones that are mounted on the roof. But I do want some work lights also up on the roof, so I took them off to see what I can do to make some kind of arrangement for some extra set of lights up there. So these ones are probably going back on, even they are old school halogen lights, but it's so nice to have the low beam up there and don't need to drive with the work lights that are disturbing and everything, other trafficants. So yeah, I think I will be mounting these ones again. So the next thing that are going on the tractor is this. It's just arrived in the mail, and yeah, I do already have one on the tractor, but when we got the dark up here after the summer and the daylight 24-hour was gone and we got a little bit dark, I could see that there was some problems with it. It's actually too bright in the nighttime when it's dark outside. And I'm just guessing, we don't have any snow yet, but I'm guessing when it starts to snow, and with that one on the roof on full blast, it will be too much light. It will just be disturbing for driving, disturbing for all other trafficants and everything. So yeah, this one came up for Black Friday sale, so I just thought, okay, we just go with this one because this one has a night function. So you are running only 50% at night, and up here wintertime, it's mostly night. So I think this will be a good investment for not only for me, but for everyone else out driving when I'm out working. So okay, so the length of bolts I have, it's these ones that are the most suited, I think. You can see they go through and a little bit more. So these are 50, I think, and these are 40. So 45 would probably be perfect, but this will do. So then I can just grind off them a little bit and make them ready for welding. Here I will weld them on top like this, here I will weld them on top like this, and then we have mounts that fits these ones. I could have cut off a little bit of this also and used the old ones, but yeah, let's see. These are not hot like, but you can see the difference in size. So this is 8mm, this is probably, I don't know if it's 6 even. I think it's probably smaller than 6. No, it's 6. So these ones fits snugly. And this is like, woohoo! So here is the setup for these mounts. Now I will run the TIG and yeah, just weld them there, and they should be good to go. Something like that. As mentioned, it's full adjustability, so it's not that important. Whew, that was a long time since I ran the TIG. It's just been MIG welding lately, so not the prettiest I've done, but it will hold, that's for sure. And since I first started with the TIG, I didn't quit with the TIG. So it's just good to get some practice again. So pulling all those lights off the tractor, you might be wondering now, what is he putting on the tractor again? Oh well, it's not just a little bit. I think I counted it, it's around 800 watts of lights. So let's take a look at it. Here it is. So this is what I took off. The 6 lamps here are the work lights, and these 2 are the low beams that are going back on. And this. Here is what's coming on. It's just so awesome. Okay, so we have 6 lights, 40 watts. These are the same, these are not the same. These are the ones that are replacing the ones we took off. You can see they have the side mount. So they will fit in the new mounts we made earlier. And here are 6 lights that are 60 watts. And these have the straight down mount. They came with Dutch contacts, I think they're called, with the end, so nice and easy to hook up. These I need to wire again. These will be using the original wires that we took this one off from, and these are the one I need to pull wires for. And I also have a LED bar here for high beam, and that's for when I'm going to the dump site. It's a lot of road, not much light there, so I saw this fall. It was a little bit terrible to drive with. Only the tractor's high beam, they are not that good. And I also ordered a bunch of marking lights, orange, and yeah, we'll see. Maybe I will put a few of them around the tractor somewhere where I figure out they look good. And this, okay, so this was one of my plans. I ordered all these and was thinking about where I would put them, and I ordered this. This is a flash module, so this can make any LED flash. So it's the same as this one. You have the left and the right, so I can put left and right and connect them to this, and when I give this one power, they start to flash. But these are not that bright, so I don't see the point of having these ones flashing. So that was my first thought before I bought this LED bar here, was using these ones at night instead of the one on the roof. But these are not bright and they are not approved for using as that when you're working on the road, so it would just be trouble. So I'm glad I went with this one, because this one looks really good and the remote is really nice, only hooking it up with positive and negative power, and you are up running with a wireless remote. Really great. So I will probably not be using this one for these anymore. I do have a plan of put some beacons on the mirrors also on the tractor, so we'll see what we have time for. But today is Friday, and my plan is to use the weekend doing this. So there are quite a few hours going into this. These ones are really easy. That's just installing this, yeah, the plug, you know, and let's see. you probably don't know. Just installing these plugs on all these lights in here in the garage, out, put the new mounts in, and as you can hear on my voice, I'm not perfectly, I'm a little bit, I have a little small cold, but I've been home for a few days now because of that. So, and we'll see, maybe I will put a few of these around the tractor somewhere where it looks a little bit good on its own switch. For switching this, I gotta show you this. This is really great stuff. So for switching the lights that are not run by the original wiring, I bought this. So this is a relay, not a relay, it's a control box. And it uses USB, this one, that goes to this panel. So this is double-sided tape, so you can just drill a hole in the middle, and there you have it. So that's my plan. I will, in the one of the pilers on the tractor, I will install this one, and it will sit there, and then the USB will go down to this control box that I will wire up the lights that don't have original wiring. And this makes it just so much easier. I don't need to pull wires everywhere in the tractor and up in the piler and switches everywhere, and you just have this little panel. I could hide this under the tractor for that sake. So just give it a positive and a negative, and then it has its outlets here. And yeah, I bought it on the Scandinavian shop, Biltema. Not really expensive actually. I think it's something like 50 bucks or something like that. So this control box can run 35 amps at once, or at the same time. So that meaning I can run 450 watts from this one. So that will be enough for this one and all these. And these one are running on the original wiring. So this should be enough for that. And these ones are not using much power. I have no idea what the consumption is here, but I don't think it's very much. Just 2 small LEDs. So that shouldn't be any problem. So let's just go out in the tractor, tear the piler off, and start installing this, pulling the wires and mounts and everything. For these ones we will make as we go. So as we can see, they are pretty bright. That's no doubt about it. But I think they are a little bit spot. You can see it's a spot on my garage door over there. And same if we go up in the roof, it's a spot. So yeah, I'm not too big fan of that. I ordered these ones with floodlight, and we can see the box doesn't say shit, but my listing when I bought them said it. So we can see this is the 40 watt, and it's not the same for sure, but this one does spread a lot more. So yeah, I don't know, I'm guessing this is probably a lot more light than the original ones is, but let's see. We can test one of the original ones also. Okay, no worries. This is the original one. It's the 40 watt LED, a lot more light than this. Wow, I'm actually amazed how little light this is. Let's see how many watts this one is pulling, just for the fun of it. 4 amps it's pulling. So that's something like, yeah, that's about 50 watts. This one is. Yeah, okay. No wonder we are changing them out. Okay, this will, removing all these lights, these ones, and installing these ones, or these ones even, I can say right now, this will be amazing. This is just, it's just terrible. And look at that, the light picture, you know, it's like some kind of army light, just as one stripe. This will be fun. I'm looking forward to these ones now. Let's just change out everything at once. These Moda, damn, they were hard to get out, and when you first get them out, they are probably useless forever. And in the process, you can scratch up your plastic a little bit, so that's really nice. And yeah, I think it's just to go inside and order a bunch of these from the shop. Oh well. And the reason why I'm taking this off, I was looking at them pretty soon, but I need to run wires up. And I was really hoping that there was some kind of easy way getting wires out when you first get up in here, but probably not. It doesn't look like it. And I have no freaking no idea how you take this roof down. Because I guess if I took this roof down, everything would be a lot easier in here running wires. And yeah. Oh well, just a little bit more fiddling around here and figuring out what is what and how do we do it, and yeah, so on. That's the problem with having nice things. They are terrible to tear apart. You have to be so careful with everything. The walnut, don't want to come off. Okay, angle grinder, here we go. Or something like that. But here, not so much. So, I started to pull the roof apart and was on my way to go in, and then I noticed these lights, or these wires, poking out on the outside, coming straight out here. And these are the wires for the old rotor work light that was on it. And I don't use it anymore. I have the beam connected on this side, so I can cut these ones off and just tug them away. And I think this hole is big enough for me to run a 7-pair wire out. And if I get a 7-pair wire out, I have enough for everything I'm doing up on the roof. Then I can just afterwards figure out how to get down. There is a lot of power up here. You can see these 2 red wires coming from the battery probably. And yeah, I don't know where they run. They run up here and around. So probably everything is coming up here, going around. I can see some wires behind here and over to this area where we have the light switch and everything. So if I can figure out a way to tap into this here, or a spare fuse that is available here, I have my power up here. I don't have to run wires all the way from the battery in here. That would be perfect. And yeah, but now I will just cut off the zip tie here, and see if I can pull a 7-pair wire out. And if I can do that, I can just pull the 7-pair all the way down here, mount the display here and everything, and yeah, that would be easy. And order some new clips for this shit. Okay, that worked just perfect. Here you can see my 7-pair wire coming in, and now I'm pulling this one all the way down here. And yeah, I think I will put the fuse box and the displays and everything right here. So I think that will work pretty great. And yeah, now I can just install this cable, install the panel, and and we are ready to put it back together. You know, when you start something and suddenly you have taken everything apart? Oh well, it happened here also. I figured out, instead of finding some wires original coming up here from maybe the battery, I found out it's better to just pull a new cable all the way from the battery and make sure I have all the amps I need. Since the control box is 35 amps, there was nothing up here that was close to that in power, so it's just better to go with a new relay and a new power cable all the way down. So that is now the plan. And yeah, you can see I removed the passenger seat. The cover here, it was like 962 different types of screws holding everything together, so pretty hopeless. But it's off finally, and yeah, now it's ready to start pulling the cables down, I think. and notice the word think. Free fuse. Wow, nice. And a pen. Wow, even better. Yeah, so I was on the back under the tractor looking a little bit, and then I could see this one. See my fingers on here? So there is a open cable something to go through the chassis, and yeah, I'm using that one, and with that I am coming out. So you can see that is the same that are all the way in there on top of my finger. So there my cable will get out, and the battery is in the box here. So then I have to go under the tractor, find some other wires, and just pull the cable up and in there, mount the control box, and yeah, that should be easy enough, I hope. And then it's just start pulling wires to all the new spots for the lights. And yeah, it's quite a job, but it's better to do it right when you're first doing it. So then I've been collecting a few wires I will use. So this red thick one, this will be power connected to the battery, and also bought some black, a little bit thinner, but this will be the ground. And here I have some more cable for the trailers, 7-pair. So I will pull one of these ones also down through the same yeah, where you're putting the cable through. I don't know what's it called in English, but because I think I used like 40 minutes on removing those covers, and I'm not doing it again. So I'm just pulling this one, and then I have for probably everything I need, hopefully, so I don't have to take the cover off again. So now I will do that. It's pitch dark outside, but I will try to film something of it. But so it was a bit of a tight squeeze, but see. Oh fuck, the whole thing came out. That was not the plan, but oh well. Then I have something to do. I can fiddle it back. Yay! I think that will be easiest from this side. Should have enough for reaching the battery right now. So let's see if we can find a good route around or under the tractor. So I guess we can just connect to the loom that is going down there. Just use some zip ties and stay with that one. Easiest. Not so smart. Not my brightest idea to pull in that, but oh well. You gotta share some blood, shed, yeah, blood, sweat and tears. Isn't that how it works? Oh well. I have all these marking lights, orange, and I'm not quite sure where I should put them. So what I don't know, I hooked 3 up together and to a battery, and then with this test setup and some double-sided tape, I will go out and try and place them places on the tractors where I think it might look good with some lights like this, and yeah, just look and see how it looks. And if I'm happy with the placement, I will mount some there. If not, I can just go to the next place and test and see if I find a place that this will fit and suit the tractor nice. So it's just an easy way to test. Just quick and dirty, soldered 3 together, double-sided tape, and yeah, go and test. First test, probably hard to see on the camera, but in the steps. So I didn't have enough wire on it, but I'm thinking one under the door up here, one under the first step, one under the next, and one under the next down there, so you will get some orange lighting on the ground also. And with the 7-pair wire going down right now, I could probably also connect this so it will turn on when you open the door, and 1 second switch for having it on when driving. So this was the first placement. Looks pretty good. I think we are going with that. Second placement, up on the roof, on the edge, spaced approximately between there. And now I just had 2 clamps, so I could just hang 2 up, but I don't know, maybe a little bit closer and more going all the way. Maybe that could be something, I don't know, not sure, but easy to install right now. I do need to drill in the roof, but I guess the shop has a new roof if I decide I don't want it. So it's morning again, and I'm fiddling around with lights and where to put them, and I have just been trying to see if I can mount the LED bar for high beam, the one on the hood here, up there. The problem is I lost the mounts for the LED bar. I probably didn't take them out of the box when I was testing eBay watts in that video, and afterwards I just put LED bar up on the shelf, and I throw away the mounts in the box. So and you can see I put a low beam lights back up on that side just to see where I can install a work light up there. it's not easy, but I think I will just drill into the plastic roof right to the left for light up there, and mount one there for work lights on the roof pointing forward. And yeah, I think I need to order some other kind of LED bar for or LED bar for the high beam, so I can get some more lights for that. Also, I don't want to put it on top of the roof, because that will be blocking the warning LED bar on top, so that's not too good either. But it's reports of a good amount of wind this evening, so I will now start just installing lights outside, and then I can do the inside work later this evening, and also start installing the marking lights we tested last night in the stairs and everywhere around. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Right, up on the roof, I have the lamp with me. These are the ones I'm mounting as work lights forward, and this is the position I'm thinking of mounting them. So just made my mark where I want the edge of this one to be, and I don't have that much room against the window back here, so I have to be careful drilling here, but something in this way, and I also will measure from this edge and do that edge on the other side, so we will have the same. There are light in the switches. There is compass, and now you see him.